Thank you for pressing the self-destruction button.
Hey! Oh, hey! It's, it's like a koala bear crapped a rainbow in my brain!
Listen, here's $5. I've got to get to 1008 Park Avenue right away. It's an emergency. Look, I'm really in a hurry. Isn't there something you can do? $10 more. Look, I've got to be there before 5. Well, what's going on up there? We're getting someplace. Now, look, will you just get around him? Just get in his lane. Do it! I've got to be there by 5. Hey, mister, you're going to be 10 minutes late, so just keep your shirt on.
I think, a lot of us have family members that are going through a crisis or dealing with problems like this. So it's art therapy in a way. It's a, cathartic kind of release for me.
Rack lays it up, no, but we do have a whistle and a foul. Ben just went after our 10. Trouble right here in the Motor City. We got big trouble here in the Motor City. Steven Jackson still screaming at the Pistons.
He came back now, but
short on the headsets. The Indiana broadcast.
And Ben Wallace just threw something at him. There goes Ben Wallace again.
There goes Artest up into the crowd. He's absolutely out of his mind. And Steven Jackson slugging people in the crowd here.
The whole Indiana team is in the crowd.
And now the Pistons are coming over.
And you want to be my latex salesman?
Hey, did you see that? Did you see somebody go past the window? What? Somebody just went past that window, downwards. Oh. Must be a board meeting. Oh, yeah.
He's faking it, Julie. He's faking it.
I think he's in trouble.
Julie, this guy, if he can't take a joke, he stinks.
Get your house!
It's on fire! It's on fire!
Sir, I would like to complain about that last scene about people falling out of high buildings. I myself have worked all my life in such a building and have never once...
Jack, you know what? Hey, I really like that hate t-shirt. The whole angry young man, black thing, generation. You know what I mean? It's cool.
Yeah, it's the name of a comic book. Can I borrow your pen 1 second?
Absolutely.
Happy now?
My artwork is popular because it connects with the ordinary person, and they can understand it very easily. And I've always meant it to be so. I've never confined my art to a particular section of humanity. I love people in general. My art reflects it, and that's the way it's always been.
Hello, and welcome to Taylor Talks Comics Live. Happy April Fool's Day. I have no pranks or jokes for you today, besides, I guess I have a special guest host with me today.
Hi, my name's Riley.
Yeah, speak up a little bit.
Hello, my name is Riley.
There we go. Riley's here with me. So, yeah, we got some news to talk about today. A lot of exciting comics that have been trickling through the catalog. And I've got a little slideshow for you to show those off. Mostly DC stuff, so hopefully you guys are in a DC kind of mood. I held some books recently, too. I'll be showing those off. But what are you guys up to? See James Abel, super producers in the house. Good morning, all. Hello, William. Howdy, y'all. Hello, Josh. 600 channels and nothing on. Except for this one. Hey, Taylor and chat. Good afternoon. Hello, Matt. How are you doing? Hey, now. Harvey Picar's Ghost is in the house. Let's go. Thank you, Ash. Better right now. Oh, okay. Here we go. Bunkmaster B. I'm only here for the sports ball talk. Do you remember Bunk? He's a Celtics fan.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. How do you think he's feeling about the season so far? If he's a Celtics fan. Pretty good?
Yeah.
Tatum's back. He's probably pretty happy right now. He was talking to me today about the Pacers and how they're last place. They're playing the Bulls tonight, though. Pacers Bulls. No wrestling. Glory Days was a good movie. Great movie, sorry. Yes, that's where the Ben Affleck clip from the intro is from. Doing well. Always feel like I'm rushing. Hello, the real one and the fake one. He's referring to the Hoosier status of the host today. I'm the real one. You're the fake one.
Hey!
Wow, the real Hoosier is back. Look at that. You have like a whole thing about you now. Hey, everyone. We have the real Hoosier in the house. Badger Stump, thank you for joining me. It's a whole thing. New comics. Pleasure Beach number 3. Devil's Grin number 8. Yes. Pleasure Beach number 3, issue number 3 from Josh Pettinger has been released. Or has it been sent out yet, Harvey? Or has it just been up for pre-order? I know Devil's Grin 8 is up for pre-order. Devil's Grin was one of my one of my favorite comics that I read in 2025 last year, made my top 25. And Josh Pettinger had a
25?
couple.
You do 25.
25 for 2025.
Oh, so you're doing 26 this year?
I am. Josh Pettinger had a couple comics on that list. Pleasure Beach, I think I showed it off in the video, but I didn't quite put it on the list yet because it's not. I needed more issues, so maybe number 3 will help me put that on there. Oh, MZ Abrams is in the house. I can confirm I'm feeling pretty good about the Celtics this season. So, Bunk, we've talked about the Hoosier here and me. Have been talking about who we would be satisfied or okay with winning the championship this year, since it's not going to be our lovely Pacers. I think I'm on my short list. I'd be okay with the T-Wolves and the Spurs. Is that what I said?
Yeah.
And then on the East, the Celtics or the Pistons. As long as it's not the Knicks or Thunder, I'm happy. The Celtics, I'm not a big Celtics fan.
What about Cleveland? I thought you said Cleveland.
Oh, Cleveland, I'd be stoked because I'm a big Donovan Mitchell fan. He is my cousin, by the way.
Flopper.
He doesn't flop.
You said it yourself.
He is my fake cousin, by the way. But the Celtics, they've already won with this squad, so if they win again, it wouldn't be the biggest deal. I just want the Pacers to win it. Hopefully, I would be even stoked if the Pacers beat the Thunder next year. Wouldn't that be awesome?
Yeah.
If Halliburton comes back and beats the Piston or the Thunder, sorry. Matt's in the house, a special guest and a published creator at that. Oh, people remember things about you. Look at that. They aren't shipped physically yet, but I can read them both digitally. Who wants to read them digitally, though? Of course, Taylor forgets Cleveland. I'm sorry. The Cavs. I would also, because I'm not a big LeBron fan, I'm actually the opposite of a LeBron fan. So I would be happy that the Cavs could win without LeBron. That'd be pretty cool. For non-biased fans, Spurs have to be number one. Wemby is so fun to root for. I agree. Wemby's awesome. I love his, well, he's just fun to watch, but I also love his attitude towards the game.
While we're on the topic of basketball, who do you think's gonna get the win in the Final Four for March Madness?
The NCAA Final Fours this weekend. We've got Arizona versus Michigan, right?
Yeah.
And then UConn versus Illinois.
Yeah.
Two Big Ten teams. Riley is a IU fan. I'm a Penn State fan myself, but they're both Big Ten. So we root for the Big Ten.
Penn State's the worst.
Penn State's not a basketball school. It's okay, though. Okay, banning Bunkmaster B making the sports talk. Oh, sorry, Josh. Morning! Wesley Griffith is in the house. I showed off last week. Wes sent me the issue number 7 of The Jump. So I'll be doing a video on that shortly. Not a LeBron fan. LeBron and Kyrie can do no wrong no matter what. If LeBron kills his... Oh, wow. And a waiter, I'll drive the getaway Bronco. Oh, that's a O.J. Simpson joke. I don't know. LeBron, I just don't like his style of play.
Flop.
I feel like
he's the starter of the flopping, I feel like.
Yeah, I feel like he's...
Except for Reggie did start doing that, but I feel like...
Yes, we have to admit, as Pacers fans, Reggie was a flopper. But LeBron, I feel like...
He made it a thing.
There's multiple things that I don't like about this era of the NBA that he is kind of was the proprietor of, like the super team.
This.
The flopping, this.
No, this.
I know, this taunt that he does. I've got Arizona winning it all, but I've been bandwagoning Illinois. I do have Arizona winning it all. Riley and I are he's beating me by 1 point in our bracket contest right now.
And the Arizona-Michigan game is the big game.
It's a deciding factor because I have Arizona winning it all. So if Arizona beats Michigan, I win. And if Michigan beats Arizona, then nobody in our house has any champion left in our bracket.
Because I had my final two were Gonzaga and Michigan State. Dad's were Michigan State and Arizona. And then what was Mom's?
Gonzaga and...
Zaga! We looked this up.
Gonzaga and...
Oh my god, Gonzaga.
MSU, didn't she have...
No, Duke.
Duke, that's right. Taylor, we get it. You hate Space Jam 2, just admit it. I wasn't the biggest fan of Space Jam 2, but...
If Space Jam 2 didn't have LeBron in it, I would have liked it a lot.
There were things that I think people hated that movie a little bit too much. I think there was some of the fun Easter eggs and cameos were cool. I do also think I love Space Jam, the first one. Absolutely love and adore that movie. It's part of my childhood. But I do think people hold it in too high regard. People act like it's like Citizen Kane sometimes. They're like, how dare you make another Space Jam? Like, it was a silly movie. LeBron started the super team. Well, I guess technically you could go back to the Celtics, Bunkmaster Bees, with Kevin Garnett, Ray Allen, and Paul Pierce.
I don't even know what the super team is.
Like when 3 stars get together and they're like, we're going to go make a super team, and then we're winning the championship.
Oh.
Space Jam was the GOAT. But LeBron made it like more of a thing, I guess. Okay, sorry. We're getting way too much sports talk. Jump on the live stream and we talk about Space Jam 2. Why are we talking about the greatest sequel of all time, Citizen Kane level of quality? Connor, as a film connoisseur, as you are, thank you, Connor, for joining me. I hope you're joking. All right, so someone in the chat do you want me to do my haul first, or do you want to talk about the books that are coming out? Introduce me to gangster rap and Wu-Tang. Oh, okay. Let's talk about Space Jam. Riley likes the Space Jam soundtrack.
I like both Space Jam soundtracks, but I think I like the first one more.
I don't know that I've ever listened to the second one.
The second one has. You've watched the movie.
Jokes, obviously. I don't think that. I know, but I forget the music.
Oh.
Look at your adorable cat. Sorry. Hall. Okay, Hall. We got 2 votes for Hall. What about the?
Can I bring her?
No, she's too comfortable. You can't move her. Hall, unleash the Hall. Okay, so this Hall is not a lot of comics related, but I want to show it off anyways. I think a lot of you guys have been on the journey with me to in my prose reading, so you might be interested in this. Before I do the Hall, I should probably do my plugs.
Honestly, I would have voted for the other version.
With the books coming out?
Yeah, I don't want the whole.
Get out of town, because you've already seen it.
Well,
Shop for comics at peanutboundcomics.com, and you can use my promo code Taylor Talks Comics for $2 off of your order on any order. So they have discounted books on there, discounted comics, omnibuses, whatever you like to buy. They can save an additional $2 off of that promo code. If you're going to put a bigger order in of 4 or more books at peanutboundcomics.com, you can use my other promo code, which is TTC Ship It Together, all one word. TTC Ship It Together. You'll save a whopping 5% off additional savings off of your order. The books that we show off a little bit later are all up there for pre-order, and I do want to make a note that their pre-order prices are a lot cheaper than their day of sale prices. So they encourage you to pre-order so they know how many books to order, and by encouraging you, they discount the books a little bit more. And then, like I said, these promo codes will save you extra on that.
Even more.
And smash the like button. Subscribe if you haven't already. Comment down below. Super chats are always welcome and super appreciated. Yes, if you're watching this on replay, also comment down below. I reply to all comments. All right, let's get to the haulage. All right. So I got a lot of... we go thrifting, as I talk about quite often on the show. We went to a Goodwill recently, and I hit the jackpot. I didn't even pick up every book that I saw that I liked. But they had it was obviously one cool thing about thrifting and collecting things like this is that when you go to a store and you can see that one collector just kind of dropped all his books off at once, you could tell they all belong to the same person. And I think this was the case here. He had a lot of James Bond books in this cool paperback format that I love, but I didn't pick those up. But I do love these little paperbacks, these kind of pulpy paperbacks from back in the day. So the first one I picked up was Rod Serling's Triple W, Witches, Warlocks, and Werewolves. So Rod Serling is the guy the host of Twilight Zone, and this is a book where he picked out his favorite stories that have to do with witches, warlocks, and werewolves.
Wait, so is that in Twilight Zone?
No, this is the same guy. And he put this together in this kind of anthology of short stories. And he writes the introduction of it, so pretty cool. A lot of this is horror-centric.
My dad really likes horror.
Yeah.
Including October's horror month.
Yes, every October I do 31 days of horror comics. Every single day of October, all 31 days, I do a video on a different horror comic or horror comic related topic. I do have playlists for the last 2 years if you're in the spooky mood, or if you're ever in the spooky mood for horror comics.
I don't like horror at all.
I think you're slightly getting into it, though. We've been reading or watching Stranger Things lately, and we're getting into it.
Okay, I'm on season 3, and I'm excited for the new season. But
yeah, so I think you're starting to dip your toes in the horror
and
genre.
Gremlins, I guess.
And Gremlins. Dead India. I'd say that's a horror.
That's not horror.
That's to do with spooky ghosts and stuff and demons.
And then a lot of people die in it. It's not horror.
It's horror.
No, it isn't.
The next book I got was Bud Hopkins' Missing Time. So this is a cool book because it's documented stories of people kidnapped by UFOs and then returned with their memories erased. It may have happened to you.
So that sounds like Hawkins, Indiana.
Oh, it does.
It's fake.
Yeah, Stranger Things takes place in Indiana. Not a real city, though.
Sad.
But yeah, this is cool. I love these old classic UFO stories, UFO abduction stories. They're kind of fun to read. Recent comic, James Tynion's Blue Book, kind of deals with that topic. And then I got Clive Barker stuff. I've never read Clive Barker, so this is a new endeavor for me. And bless you.
Thank you.
This collector had Books of Blood, Volume 1, Volume 2, and Volume 3. So this will be the first time I'm reading Clive Barker. I started reading Volume 1 the other night, it could definitely tell it's a different type of horror. It's feels almost like Stephen King meets like Lovecraft a little bit. It's got
Wait.
kind of that cosmic horror.
Isn't that the one that Stephen King quoted?
Yeah, on the very front it says, "I've seen the future of horror, and its name is Clive Barker."
Wait, no, the one that says even scary for me.
Yeah, and then inside it says Stephen King says he scares even me. So these are cool. They're short stories in these books of blood. I guess his original idea was to put this all into one book, which it has been released as one book. But I like this little tiny paperback, so it's really cool. And then I got this, and I have since learned, this is Clive Barker's Into the Flesh, that there were 3 more books of blood, technically, and this is the 5th one. So I'm on the hunt then for 4 and 6. I forget what those ones are called. I think it's the Weave World and the Inhuman Condition. I think might be those other 2. But regardless, really cool Clive Barker. Any Clive Barker fans in the chat?
I wanted to say, if you watch my top 10 of the 2020 or 2025 end of the year, I had my Pokemon books, my first 1 and 2. I've gotten all the way up to 10 except for 5 and 9, I think. So
That's 6 and 9. 5?
5 or 6 and 9.
He's missing 2 of the big fat collector's editions of Pokemon. So you're almost there.
Yeah, they're real cool because they collect 3 in them, except the 10th collects 2 because there's only 29 volumes. And then at the start of the book, they have colored
pages.
Not colored pages, picture artists draw drawings. Pinups. That's what.
Riley's really into manga. We've talked about this on the chat before. I'm always trying to search for all ages manga for him. And there's not a lot out there. I've had some suggestions for the chat though. So this is also Ray Bradbury's Fahrenheit 451. I had someone in the chat, or maybe it was on my Discord, which we do have a Discord, by the way, in the description down below, along with everywhere else to follow me on social media. I forget where someone suggested this, but I've never read any Ray Bradbury besides the EC adapted stories that EC Comics adapted into science fiction. And I know this is one of his most famous ones, is Fahrenheit 451. And it's a small little book. A lot of my prose reading is just small little 200 pages because I prefer to read comics, even though this haul would say otherwise, but I'm trying to dip my toes into reading some prose. That rhymes.
Didn't even know.
Yep. The Twilight Zone, the original stories. This is a nice thick paperback collection. Like I said, I love the Twilight Zone. And this, I think, I haven't really dove into this too much.
Why is there when you do it, like this?
I don't know, the pages are a little wavy. It's like a used book. Kind of the appeal, kind of the charm of it.
Did you get any of those colored pages ones?
I don't think so. But this has a bunch of stories that I think were adapted into episodes. So it's going to be kind of cool to dive into that. That is a thicker collection, but they're short stories, so I don't have to read it all at once. And then this was a really cool book, a really cool edition of 2001: A Space Odyssey that I found. Everyone in the chat, if you don't know or if you remember, I finally got the Jack Kirby Treasury edition of 2001: A Space Odyssey. Sorry, I'm covering you up. And last year, and I loved it, and I watched the movie a few times. So this, I've never read the actual prose novel though. This wasn't written prior to the movie; it's almost written during the movie while they're making the movie, and it's by Arthur C. Clarke, who co-wrote the story a bit with Stanley Kubrick. So there are some differences to my understanding from this and the movie. So I'll be curious to read those differences. I think 2001: A Space Odyssey is really a fascinating movie to dive into. The end papers are pretty cool too. It was a pretty cool hardcover. I love that it has the movie poster kind of aesthetic to it. And again, nice and slim. Those are all the. Oh no, there's one more prose. I think there's one more prose book, and then we'll get into the comics. Behave yourself. I got this Sick in the Head by Judd Apatow. I've seen this before at thrift stores, but I didn't realize what it was until I found it at this thrift store for $1. And it's Judd Apatow. I like Judd Apatow. I think he gets I think it's cool to not like Judd Apatow now. I don't know. but I've liked him since Freaks and Geeks. Freaks and Geeks was an incredible show. But this is not just Judd Apatow. It's Judd Apatow interviewing all these other comedians. And there's some really big names on there that I am fascinated by. Seinfeld, Gary Shandling, Jon Stewart. I think those three guys are like genius level comedians. I'm trying to see other ones. Seth Rogen will be interesting because Judd Apatow kind of brought him into the forefront of being famous. Ben Stiller, New York Knicks fan, but I like Ben Stiller. Mark Maron will be interesting to read. So it's really cool interviews of Judd Apatow interviewing these comedians.
Comics now?
Yeah, these are all comics now. So I got Ice Haven at a Half Price Books. This is Dan Clowes. This is an upgrade. I had the paperback, so I'm going to be selling that now. But I think I have every Clowes hardcover potentially, besides Lloyd Llewellyn. That's the one that I'm always missing, but that's super out of print.
If you really want Ice Haven or whatever it's called, my dad normally sells it on eBay. So.
Oh yeah, it sells stuff on eBay. Well, that one I might actually sell to a comic shop or something. I don't know if that'll be whatever. But this is awesome. I love Dan Clowes. I do want to pick up an issue I want to pick up the 8-ball issue of 8-ball number 22 because this was originally this Ice Haven was that whole issue, and it's a comic book issue. But then he reformatted it into this landscape format for this book for the collected edition. And I'd like to kind of do a comparison video, perhaps. So I am on the hunt for 8-ball issue number 22. Also at Half Price Books, I got Gary Gianni's Monster Men and Other Scary Stories. This is a book that I didn't know anything about until I saw it, and I started flipping through it. I guess these were the backup strips of Hellboy at one time.
What?
So Hellboy had single issue comics, and Gary Gianni did these backup strips in the back of the issues for to kind of pad out the Hellboy issues. So these don't have anything to do with the Hellboy universe. They're just kind of backup strips. And
what's that mean?
Like a cartoonist would have like a 24-page story, and then they want to pad it out, make it a 36-page comic. So they have someone like do a backup strip that doesn't have anything to do with the story, but it's like an extra story. Like you have some of your Pokemon you talked about, like the backup extra stories. I thought. I don't know. I feel like we've had this conversation before. But Gary Gianni was the artist on. There's some cool like Lovecraftian creatures in here. Was the artist on Prince Valiant in the early 2000s, I believe. I really love his art style. He has like kind of this etchings art style, and it's all centered around this character who is wearing a tuxedo and has like a knight in shining armor helmet. And there's all kinds of what?
Wario.
Oh, I thought you were huffing at me.
No, she was just getting zoomies.
You're fine. And it has all these kind of weird looking character designs and stuff. So I'm excited to dive into this, and this will probably be showcased in October.
Most of these will probably be showcased in October. And I'm hoping to do, if you allow me again, to do one of my videos for your books of horror.
That's the only horror comic, though. Well, I guess there's another one. But this is the Gorillas Almanac 2020. Big Jamie Hewlett fan. By the way, Josh Greathouse in the chat did a video on Jamie Hewlett on his channel. Drop a link to that, Josh, so that everybody can go check it out. But Jamie Hewlett, the co-creator of Tank Girl, and also last year they came out with Foo Action and the Gorillas Almanac. He's the co-creator of the Gorillas music group. And this is all Jamie Hewlett artwork in here. It's an almanac, like an annual. So it's like part comics, part pinups, part behind the scenes kind of stuff. Although it's not truly behind the scenes because it's Gorillas. Like if you know, you know. It's kind of all kayfabed. It's got some collage elements in here too, but it's all Jamie Hewlett artwork. So really cool stuff. I love his style and his art, and he's an artist that I wish made more comics, but also fortunately for him that he became, I think, financially well off enough that he didn't have to make so many comics. But also, sorry, as a fan, I don't know. I just love Jamie Hewlett's artwork, and I wish we had more Jamie Hewlett comics in the world. But I might do a Jamie Hewlett video showing off the books I have, because I do have the whole of Tank Girl and Foo Action to show off. All right, and the last two books, these were sent to me by Simon. One of my viewers over across the pond in the UK sent me these books. And thank you so much, Simon, by the way. Always eternally grateful for anybody that's willing to send me any sort of books. But he had sent me, I showed off a few weeks ago, the I'm drawing a blank now, the Hideshi Hino manga, who's like a really creepy manga artist. And they were published by Starfruit. And this is another Starfruit release, which Starfruit is no longer with us, along with the editor of Starfruit. This is like a really creepy manga from a mangaka that I wasn't aware of, but this is Norei Michiru. This is the horrors of Norei Michiru. I also love that there's like some tokusatsu guys at the bottom. It's kind of an interesting idea to have.
Rangers.
Yeah, tokusatsu.
Is that what Power Rangers?
It's like the genre of like Power Rangers.
Okay.
Yeah. So this is a lot of horror stories, a lot of short stories that included in here. I don't think it's made for kids at all. I think it's supposed to be like Hideshi Hino kind of stuff. Stoked for that. There's also some pinups or some little cards that came with it, art cards. So thank you so much, Simon. And then also he sent me Stages of Rot by Linnea Sterte. This is another. It's really weird. It's like a surreal, mostly silent comic. I think we were talking about this on the chat one day. About, I think some people said that had read this or something, but I don't know much about it, and I'm excited to read it though because the artwork looks just like mind blowing, and it's like really surreal, and I love the idea of silent comics too. So really cool stuff. That's it though. That's a large haul, mostly pro stuff. What do you guys think? What are your comments?
Why am I not okay.
Well, you can sit up.
Well, I want to sit down.
Okay. I just look like a floating head.
Yeah, my name's Taylor Talk Comics.
Not a LeBron fan. Space Jam 2. Space Jam's GOAT. Ho.
Basketball team. We haven't done that yet.
Okay, Bunk's talking about, I'm coaching my daughter's basketball team, and we use the Monstars theme song, Hit 'em High, as our theme song. We're 3-1. That's awesome. Congratulations. I coached Riley's basketball team.
I don't really want to talk about that.
We don't need to talk about the record, but it was a lot of fun.
It was basically we didn't win at all.
You got some wins this year, though. That's all that matters. Your team improved.
We got 2 wins in a row.
It's travel basketball. It's the first time this school's ever been in travel basketball, a travel basketball league. So we're going against a bunch of teams that had already been in it, had already had the system built
3
over
or 4 years.
Yeah, so it was steadily improving, but we improved. That's all that matters. Buy things at paintaboutcomics.com. The code paid for my taxes. Oh, okay. Taylor loves horror. So here's my. I don't know if this is the playlist he's sharing, but I have a playlist of all the horror comics I've ever reviewed, and then I have separate playlists for just the 2025 31 Days of Horror and the 2024 31 Days of Horror. Retro Days, bless you. Oh, I think it's when he sneezed.
Yeah, probably.
Not ready to Clive Barker ages ago. Weave World is great. I think you're saying you had not read it for ages. Weave World. Oh, I don't have that one. That's the one I don't have. Clive Barker's Books of Blood are the really, really great. In the Hills, the Cities is a fantastic short story. Wesley Griffith, thank you for that recommendation. I think that's might be in book 1.
What?
The short story I was talking about.
The Cities?
Yeah, it's the
In the Hills.
The Cities. Oh, yeah, it's the last story in book 1. So
Which means it'll take him like a long time.
Wow.
Hey, Naruto.
We don't need to talk about it. I haven't even started that though. It's not like I started it and like.
Well, he was supposed to read it in October. I got it in October last year, and then at the end in October, and then he said Naruto November. If you guys remember that, and now he still hasn't read it, and it's almost.
Did I say that last time
April.
Last time you were on the show?
Yeah.
Oh, that's unfortunate. Yeah, so I'm supposed to read Naruto to see if it's appropriate for him or not. I heard those formats are going away. Yeah, I think that whatever, I don't know what it is, the printer or something that makes these small paperbacks has like closed up shop or whatever.
Wow.
I don't know, but it is unfortunate because I love this little. I feel like it should be brought back. These are like perfect little format to buy in an airport or whatever. I don't know. Josh's face is far scarier than any of his books. When I was a kid, I remember going to the movies with my dad and cousin to see the alien abduction movie Fire in the Sky. At 10, most of it was awesome. Some of the scenes kind of freaked me out. I've never seen the movie before. It sounds...
Is that one of your books?
No.
Oh.
There's talk about the alien abduction because I was talking about missing time with the alien abduction stories.
Oh.
I'm going to add that to my list, though. That sounds awesome. Hey, Kids Comics, here's the playlist of Riley's videos that he's done with me.
Yay.
At least you know it.
I do have a Dogman video if you want to watch that.
Keeps me awake at night. Yeah, his Dogman video did really well. Something Wicked Comes This Way is also a good Bradbury book, perfect for reading in October. I'm going to add that to my list. Thank you so much. The Pros 2001 is excellent. It's a real treat. It's good to hear because I really love the movie. Is tremendous, and then I love Kirby's adaptation of it and his kind of interpretation of it. So, excited to read this. Josh, you can't find it. It's probably because I need to retitle it now that it's old, but I think I titled it like Found My Holy Grail comic or something like that, or my White Whale comic. I forget what it was. It's not titled 2001: A Space Odyssey. Even though we have Powell's here in Portland, I really, really miss Half Price Books. Half Price Books is like one of my favorite places to go. We have a few in the area that I really like.
Yeah.
Classic Gin Alpha Stare.
What?
I don't know. The Gary Gianni Monsterman is brilliant. The only strip was a backup feature. The original strip was a backup feature of Hellboy. Yes. Let's go up the mountain. Are those magic mushrooms? Is that on? Are you talking about the this one? I don't know. Hey Riley. Hey Riley's dad. Cupcakes Comics Reviews. Thank you for joining me. Haha, roast him.
What?
You're roasting me about something probably.
Oh.
Little dude holding you. Holding you to your word. Oh, about the Naruto thing. Gimli the Great, thank you for joining me. Hey, Riley, you must check out your father's favorite publisher, Dynamite Comics, and all the Disney stuff they've been putting out, like Darkwing Duck. What do you think about that?
I might.
Do you like Darkwing Duck?
I mean, I like the show when I used to watch it.
He has read some Carl Barks Duck comics too, and he enjoys those. Hey, Riley, you need to ask your dad to take you to Supergirl and Mario and Spider-Man and Doomsday in the theater. Of those 4 movies, which ones sound good to you?
Mario.
I know Mario, obviously. Who wants to see Super Mario? They came out today. But what about Supergirl?
Is that the kind of like sequel to the new Superman?
Yeah, there's like the end credit scene in Superman.
Oh yeah, I'm kind of interested in seeing that, but only with him. Not like I don't want to.
Only if I drag you to the theater.
No, not drag. Just like if you go to see it, I want to go see it. I'm not gonna say like, hey, can we go to the Supergirl?
Okay. What about Spider-Man?
What's the Spider-Man?
This is the 4th Spider-Man movie with Tom Holland in it. The last one we saw had all the 3 different Spider-Man. Yeah. This is like the next one.
There's like a meeting where all 3 combine.
Yeah.
There's 3. It's weird.
What about the new one though?
Well, didn't you hate the second one or whatever? Or the third one?
I hated the 3rd one of the original series.
Oh.
Not the 3rd one of the. I like the third one of the Tom Holland MCU era. I've liked. We haven't watched the trailer for this one yet though, so maybe he can't judge on that. Same for Doomsday. Was there a Doomsday trailer? I try to avoid trailers traditionally.
Well, you said there was like new Rockstar's channel. I tried getting him to watch some stuff about Doomsday, but he didn't. We haven't even watched Thunderbolts.
I know we haven't seen the Thunderbolts movie. Riley, and I are both fans of the new Rockstar YouTube channel. They have like 1 million subscribers, so you don't need to go subscribe to them. But it is a cool channel. And
they point out like almost every detail.
I was just kidding. Go subscribe to them if you want. But also subscribe to my channel. So Naruto, Invincible, and the zine in the hat. Oh, jeez.
What?
Josh looks giving me a hard time about the zine. Riley knows about the zine.
Yeah. Carbon toads, even though that's not even my trick.
That's not even the name of the zine.
I know, but you were going to put little
Well, that's
thing about that.
don't reveal things. But the zine and then reading Invincible. Do you know what Invincible is?
The book, and then I'm guessing you said you would get it, and then you never did. And
Not get it, read it, because it's Robert Kirkman. You know how I feel about Kirkman.
Oh.
This is the last chance I'm giving Robert Kirkman to wow me, is to read Invincible. Bless you. And Naruto, obviously. So these are 3 things that I've been procrastinating on. That's what Josh is trying to say. So now, thank you, Josh. Riley's going to be getting on me about it. Mark, thank you for joining me. Oh, snap, late to the party. What's up? Have you read Peter Bag's new softcover Butch? I saw my copy on my reading stand and thought, oh, yeah. I've not yet. My comic shop didn't have a copy. Not that I ordered. Like, I could have ordered it in advance, but I just don't do that. I just walk into my comic shop, and if they have it, they have it. So I have to order that some other way, probably through Fantagraphics. My God, I have to keep it PG-13 in here. Well, he's only 11, so.
I'm almost 12. I'm almost 11.
Taylor and Riley, what have you guys been reading lately? That's a great question. I was going to talk about that, Matt, actually. I started this last night. This is the Back to the Savage Land Marvel Creator Collection #1, Barry Windsor Smith at Marvel, Volume 1. So this is by Fantagraphics. It's coming out later this month. We're in April now. Later in April, and I've been loving this. Barry Windsor Smith is one of my favorite artists, and it has a great introduction by, I think it's John B. Cook. Maybe not. Who writes it? Yeah, John B. Cook. It's a great introduction here about his life, and it seems like, because the way it ends, that there'll be 3 volumes of Barry Windsor Smith's comics. So 3 volumes of this hardcover, and the introductions will kind of like tell a trilogy of stories of Barry Windsor Smith's life. But this is collecting all of his earliest comics. By the end of all 3 volumes, we'll have every bit of comics that Barry Windsor Smith drew for Marvel, with the exception of anything that's Conan related.
Wait, was that one of the votes for the thing you were on?
The omnibus poll?
Yeah.
I think it was. I think I told them to take it off because they're releasing these. It's also done on this like yellowed paper, and it's matte, and the coloring and everything.
But it's white.
It's like a little bit yellowed. Like you can see, like look at that white paper compared to that.
Oh.
Here's a good comparison because there's white paper in there, and this is, I know I'm on like 720p, so this probably doesn't look the best, but the white paper is up top, and then the yellow paper is a little bit bottom.
I'm confused on how 720p and is worse than 4K, but 4 is better. Four is lower than 720.
Because 4K, the K means 1,000.
4,000.
Yeah. It's okay. I'm not very technologically advanced either. Although Riley's my tech guy, my tech guru. But this is beautiful because you see the earliest works of him, and you get to see his art style really evolve over time, which I love to see. I love that kind of like reading context of any artist that I enjoy.
Wait, once you're done, I have 2 questions.
So it's really cool to, you get to see like the earliest issue he did for Marvel was like X-Men 53, I think, and he was only like 19 at the time, and you can see it evolve over time, and then eventually we'll have Weapon X collected in this format, which I have the Weapon X Gallery Edition, and I've done a video on that. I believe I called it like Marvel's Greatest Collected Edition because it's beautiful the way they presented it. It's on the very top shelf. It's one of my favorite comics of all time is Weapon X. So it'll eventually be in one of these volumes, but all Barry Windsor Smith stuff. I absolutely love this book so far. I'm in the Nick Fury stories right now, which I love. Classic Nick Fury. Can you hand me the? Oh, here it is.
Dugan.
Jump.
Or Dum Dugan.
Can't get stuck. So I was curious last night. Those issues are in here, right?
Yeah, there's Fury right there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so the issues by Barry Windsor Smith are included in here. Right?
So why do you have both?
Mm-hmm. Oh, he only did 1 issue in here. Interesting. Well, then what issues are in here?
I don't know.
So I was curious about the crossover. Why do I have both? Because they're 2 completely different books.
Well, I thought you said all these are in there.
It's only like 3 issues, though. He did 10 and 11 and 12. Oh. No. Sorry. He only did a few pages of 10. the cover for 11, and then the whole issue of 12. Okay, that makes sense. So that one is one issue and included in here. It's one of my favorite omnibuses, by the way, because it's got a lot of Kirby and Steranko artwork in here. But speaking of Steranko, sorry, Volume 2 of the Marvel Creator Collection will be a 2-book slipcase edition being designed by Ian Shalgren, and it will it has all the Steranko artwork from Marvel. So these Creator Collection books are really, really awesome. I love that they're presenting it in a better way than Marvel typically does. What are your questions?
Okay. So you started 2 books last night?
What else did I start?
That one, that horror book, one of your horror books.
Oh, yeah. Well, I didn't start this last. Did I say last night?
Yeah.
The other night. Whenever the day you have basketball practice.
Oh.
Monday. I typically read my prose books during Riley's basketball practice, which you have one tonight, so I'll be reading more.
Wait, no, I don't. Because it's always the first Wednesday that I don't have basketball.
Oh, so you don't have basketball tonight?
No.
Oh, we had a night off. But I typically read it. So yeah, I read multiple books at once. I told you this. That's why I love bookmarks. Is that okay with you?
I mean, it's fine. Can I? And the other question is, can I say what I've been reading?
Oh yeah, he did ask what you've been reading.
I haven't been reading like books, but that's because I've been reading more of Dungeons and Dragons manuals.
Oh,
because
you can show off your new book.
I'm trying to get more into that.
That's good. We went to Ollie's the other day and we found this cool book, Dungeons and Dragons Lore and Legends. I'm not a D&D guy. I've never played D&D. I don't have anything against it. It just wasn't something. You okay? It's a heavy book.
Heavy.
It just wasn't something I grew up with. But Riley's been slowly getting into it, and then I think that's one of the appeals also of Stranger Things is those kids play it. But he's found this. So he's trying to learn as much as he can. He wants me to be a dungeon master, even though I've never done that before in my life. If there's any advice or recommendations of Dungeons and Dragons in the chat, let us know. Riley is looking to try to get a group together to make a D&D party.
Because I have a bunch of my friends that I want to invite over for a D&D campaign, but they've never played, and I want them to start playing with me, and then I want to play with them, so I have to have someone be the dungeon master. So I asked this guy.
I want him to be like the Mike of the group, like Mike in Stranger Things. He's always the dungeon master.
Not in season 4.
Who is it? Oh, well, that's because they go join the Hellfire Club. Looking for whale comics. Here's my video on the 2001: A Space Odyssey. That one, I like that video a lot too because I added some editing things to it. Actually, spruced it up more than I typically do. Everybody go watch the video. I was proud of it. Pals is neat though. I never made to the downtown location. I've never been to a Pals. It's like a Half Price Books.
It is?
Yeah, they don't have them in our area. No, Doomsday doesn't have a trailer yet, just the promotional clips. Doomsday's the new Avengers movie with oh, okay.
I don't know what it's about, but I know it's like the sequel to Thunderbolts or whatever.
Yeah, well, it's a continuation of all the MC movies, but yeah. Kazar, is Shanna in there? Shanna the She-Devil? I don't know. I've never read these Kazar stories from Barry Windsor Smith, so I don't know if she's a character or not. This collects, what do you? I scroll. Collects Astonishing Tales 3, 4, 5, 6, and 10 were the issues that Barry Windsor Smith did. I don't know if she's in any of those. Oh, yeah, she is. I just flipped a page to it. I don't know. I love this flipping through towards the end here, though, because you can definitely tell Barry Windsor Smith's art style. Barry Windsor Smith also did Monsters, which is one of my favorite comics of all time. I did do that on a Halloween video a couple years ago. And then, like I said, Weapon X.
Like your original Halloween one?
Like the 2024. Oh. You know how to get me to stop talking about the zine is to release it, probably? Yeah. Barry Windsor Smith looks awesome. Will you do a review on your channel? That'd be great. I am absolutely going to do a review on this. I'll probably release it the week the book comes out. That's typically what Fantagraphics prefers I do. So I will do that. Hi, Josh. Hope you're doing great, buddy. Are you going through the... Okay, Riley's controlling chat now. No, go ahead. Keep going. Go ahead.
No, that's okay.
Oh, they're just talking to each other. Same man. They're just chatting together. Keep going. Oh wait, have to shoot a new comic book video today. Yes, Cupcake Comics Reviews has their own YouTube channel.
No.
Where Low Hit there is a Wednesday warrior, and every Wednesday drops his new comic book day review. And it features Mad About DC book. Look on that one, the next one. The Mad About DC book comes out today, the one that edited by Chip Zdarsky. I love that Mad Magazine's coming back in any sort of format. An omni I need is the Marvel Magazine black and white stuff collected together. That's a lot of issues, but my number one vote this year for most wanted omnibus was the Hulk Magazine omnibus. I definitely want that to be a thing. I've talked about that on my channel quite a bit. I agree with the real Hoosier. Send me one. Send me one what?
Can you respond again? Oh, there's another one.
Or are you referring to the zine?
Oh.
Oh, D&D. Go down. It's simpler D&D, but I love Shadow Dark. So Shadow Dark is a recommendation.
What,
I don't know. I'm assuming it's some sort of RPG like D&D. Go to the next one.
Oh, okay.
I like reading a prose book and comic at once. Right now, I'm going back and forth between Jack Kirby's Commandy and Michael Crichton's Spear. I'm really enjoying both. Michael Crichton is a writer I want to read more of. I've only read one book by him, I think. I've always wanted to read Jurassic Park. I've never read it. I love the movie Jurassic Park. It's one of my favorite movies. And I know the prose novel is different, and I want to read it. And then I'd like to read the Lost World too, because I did not like that movie at all. It's probably one of my least favorite Spielberg movies, honestly. But I'm sure the book is different. And I do have The Terminal Man. I got that as a tiny little paperback too. Not here, but it's downstairs. So Terminal Man by Crichton is probably the next Crichton I'll read. You have to scroll over a second, read over here. What's your opinion of Dark Horse release of Stranger Things? How many different series were released? Thank you. Who's it? Mark. Thank you, Mark. I've only read the first couple series of those comics. The first one that was released was kind of cool. It was season 1, but from Will's perspective. So you get to see like Will.
Just don't say anything. They're spoiled.
Oh, sorry. No, I won't say anything spoiler. So it's from Will's perspective of what's going on with season 1. So that's really kind of cool. And the next one I read takes place between seasons 2 and 3, and it's about Dustin going to science camp. And that one's really cool.
So that's like after the new season. By the way, while I'm talking about the new season, is anybody excited and anybody wondering who the new character Nikki is?
Oh, and the animated Stranger Things series, which we're both super stoked about.
April 23rd.
Yes, comes out in a few weeks. That's exciting. But those are only Dark Horse books I've read from. I do want to read more of them, and I think Riley would dig them too. So I kind of want to read them with him. Get the scroll over so I can see the comment. Isn't Crisis a big D&D guy? I think he is. I should probably talk to him. Actually, he'd probably be a really good guy to ask about recommendations, because I'm pretty sure Crisis is a dungeon master himself with some online groups, and he's like a real organized fellow. So I can ask him. Oh, you already read that one. Yarp. Click on the next one. So is Maddie. Oh, Maddie, that's Omar's friend. I will flood Taylor with D&D channels. Do you play D&D, Josh? Back to StreamYard, Taylor? Yes. Razor Ramen. Do you understand his name?
No.
You know
I know what ramen is.
Well, of course you know what ramen is.
Razor Ramon.
Yes, but it's like ramen noodles. It's like a play on words.
I know too much about wrestling.
I know, isn't that great? Enjoy sweet single. Okay. This is a Cupcake Comic Reviews channel. Stranger Things released a special D&D set with Pewter Demogorgon, or however you say it. Yes, we've seen that.
Pewter.
Metal.
Oh.
We've seen that, and I kind of recommended that to him because I think some of his friends, I'm not sure if they'd be into D&D or not, but I think any kid today can probably connect with Stranger Things. So if you kind of use that as the gateway into D&D, I feel like he could probably get his friends to be into it.
I just got this from his
Oh, yeah.
It's a little dice cup, and they're really small dice that come in it. And there's 4 different versions. I think it's Demogorgon, a Demo Dog that comes with Dart, and Vecna, and then the Hellfire one.
You see the little tiny dice.
So I haven't used it yet because I don't play D&D yet, but I'm trying to.
I did Jurassic Park via audiobook, and it's really good. Highly recommend it. Wes, are there different voices for each character? Because whenever I do an audiobook of a fictional story, I need like actual different voices to be used, or else I get lost quite easily. The only one that I was successful in that doing was Michael Chabon's The Amazing Adventures of Cavalier and Clay. That was a really good audiobook. Go back. Or go to the next one. Oh, no, sorry, that is the right one. A lot of things are based off of 5th edition, aka 5th edition of D&D. Shadow Dark has some free adventures. A great way to start out as a DM. That's what I need. I also need recommendations for easy adventures for me to use as a DM who has no experience being a DM. I'd almost
DM for only me once, and then I've been a DM for him. That book is based off the 5th edition. And would anybody recommend the Welcome to the Hellfire Club D&D campaign?
Yeah.
Campaign.
Yeah, I almost want, as a DM, want things to be scripted out to me. I do like the improv elements of D&D. I think that's really cool. But as a
kind of like making a play up the spot.
Yeah, you're making up stories. But as a DM that's never done it, I would almost like it to be scripted out for me. Send me the Windsor book. Send me the book was Winter. Okay. Of course, I played Drow Warrior, done some DM myself. I didn't know that.
I made like 3 characters for myself. I am a rogue. I forget what I was. My background was a rogue. I'm not even sure anymore. The first one I made was like a year ago. I forget what that one was. And then a rogue. It was based off one of my Beyblades, which I like Beyblade anime. And then the third one I made just a couple days ago. It's a wizard like Will. But it's not. I don't know how it would go because I've never.
He's been playing around on D&D and Beyond. I think it's called, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's been fun. Dungeon Crawler Carl audiobooks are the best. I have the first book of that, and I want to read the prose version first, but I have heard the audiobooks are really great. I haven't played the Hellfire one, but imagine that will be newcomer friendly. All right, let's get to the books that are coming out soon. Let me see if I got my presentation set up here.
Wait, is the holiday technically April Fool's Day?
Today?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. There wasn't any special holiday today besides April Fool's Day. Presentation, share screen, Google Slides. All right, so these are like I said, mostly DC books, but there's some other ones I threw in here. What?
Nothing. Never mind.
I'm trying to make it look like it's. I have my second screen going here, so I'm trying to make it look good. And then if I go to slideshow, let me see what that looks like. Just a minute, please, as I get this presentation going. My second screen's a little slow. Okay, so the first book is this Complete Cyber Force Volume 2 hardcover. This was announced, and I'm sure that they've done a Kickstarter, I think, for this, or they have one going. This is Mark Silvestri's Image book, his first Image series that he did after leaving X-Men and Marvel. He's one of the Image founding fathers. I want to like this though, because I see what it looks like. I have the paperback of Volume 1, so I'll probably wait until it gets released as a paperback. But this is just like fun 90s extreme nonsense. But it'll include issues 14 through 25, an annual, Origins, Impact, Velocity 1 through 3, Ballistic, Strike Force, Misery 1 shot. Yeah, so it's going to be a continuation of that. And I haven't collected any of the other Silvestri omnibuses that he's been releasing, like Witchblade and Darkness. Cyberforce is the one that appeals to me the most, so I'll probably get this one. Also, let me know in the chat too if you guys are excited about any of these. Up next, we have the DC Silver Age Covers and Stories Artist Edition. This one is exciting because I haven't seen a lot of these art pages before. A lot of artist editions, you'll see like some pages here and there pop up, especially more modern ones. But this is 1960s era. Well, actually, late 1950s, early 1960s era DC. So a lot of the stuff's like 70 years old. I love that cover there because it's covered to Flash 123, I think. If I got that wrong, don't take my flash card away, flash fan card. But I think it's 123 with the Golden Age and Silver Age Flash, which I saw a cool action figure. I don't know if I showed this to you when we went to Target last time.
Probably not.
But do you see the cover has like Golden Age Flash on this side and Silver Age Flash on the side?
Yeah.
There's an action figure that was half this cover was that side and and then another action figure is the other side. And it's kind of cool.
It was 2 in 1.
Yeah, you had to buy like 2 separate action figures to get the whole set. But I'm always looking for a cool Flash action figure. Just skip it whenever it gets there. And Silver Age Flash would be the coolest, I think. So I'm excited for this one. Zenith Full Color Omnibus Edition. This is by Grant Morrison and Steve Yao. This was the Morrison and Yao story that they did for 2001 AD, prior to Morrison coming over across the pond to work for DC Comics. I've never read this stuff before. I always wanted to get the 4 hardcover set. But now they're doing a full color omnibus edition. I'll be picking this one up. This comes out on my wife's birthday, December 1st. Swamp Thing Dark Genesis Omnibus by Lynn Wein and Martin Pascoe.
You should get it for birthday.
I'm sure she would love that. This is illustrated by Nestor Redondo, Bernie Wrightson, and Tom Yeats. This is a really interesting release from DC. Omar over at Near Make Edition had a lot of the details on this one. Sorry, I'm going to put there we go. No, let's do that one. No, okay. Why is it not working? Okay. Had a lot of details on this one if you want to go to his YouTube page and check out the video. But this will be a 2-volume slipcase edition, so it's a little bit different than a typical typical DC omnibus. And this will have Jose Villarrubia doing all of the restoration on these. So part of this has been released already in an absolute edition, and that collected all of the Lynn Wein written stories, all the Bernie Wrightson drawn stories, and a few issues of Nestor Redondo's in that absolute. But now Jose Villarrubia, who restored that one, will be restoring all of the rest of the run. So I think that basically all of the 1,136 pages of these 2-volume slipcase will be everything that was in the Bronze Age omnibus that was previously released, and they'll all be restored by Jose Villarrubia. I don't. And the paper quality will be really good. I think it's probably the same paper quality they've been using they'd used for the Warlord omnibus. So proper paper quality for this era, and it'll look beautiful. It'll have the original colors.
Wait.
And what?
Is it like soft like the last one?
Yeah, it looks like it will be. It looks like the spine there will be like kind of like the felt mossy feel to it. It's just a really cool kind of creative edition. Up next is the new Teen Titans Omnibus Volume 1. Riley's trying to sneeze. I was trying to mute it. New Teen Titans Volume 1. So this has been confusing for people, so I wanted to reiterate here. This will basically be New Teen Titans Omnibus Volume 6. So if you have the first 5 volumes...
They're redoing it?
Oh, I'm sorry. I said the title wrong. There's no teen in the title. This is New Titans Omnibus Volume 1. So if you have the 5 volumes that have come out of New Teen Titans by Wolfman and Perez, this will ostensibly be Volume 6, but they're just renumbering it. So
why?
Because it's a new era. It's the new Titans instead of Teen Titans. And also there's this thought process in the comic book industry that the higher the volume, the less sales get. So people aren't going to buy Volume 6 and 7 and 8, but a brand new Volume 1 they might buy. It's kind of silly, but
I get it.
Yeah. So this will be Volume 6. I wanted to reiterate that because some people are confused by that. It does cross over. The new Teen Titans had previously released a 3-volume set of Wolfman and Perez that they then remapped. So the old set that came out, there are some issues that cross over with this, but those are obsolete in my opinion because they've since remapped those. So there's some confusion on what was the contents of this. Oh, the contents that listed down below. This is the new Titans Omnibus. Has changed since this listing. If you go over to Near Make Edition again, Dom of X over there has been doing some great videos, breaking some DC news, and he has the new mapping and new contents listed on the most recent video he did. So I think it only goes up to issue number 70, but it includes some other stuff in it as well.
It says 76.
Did you hear what I just said?
Yeah.
I said it's changed.
Oh.
Jeez. Kids never listen. Red Robin, Tim Drake Compendium. This one, I've never read this run before. Let me know in the comments if you have. I do want to kind of dip my toes in some modern DC here and there. And this one caught my eye because I do love Tim Drake. I kind of like the Red Robin type character. I've read stories with him in it. Like I read the Robin War and during the Grayson run. But I'd like to read this. Click over. Yeah, so this includes the first 26 issues of Red Robin, as well as 8 issues of Robin and some other issues here and there. Hit the left arrow. No, go back. Left arrow. Okay. So this will have 1,080 pages in it.
That's too much.
And that comes out August 25th.
Even those Pokemon volumes, the 3 ones, those have like 600, and I think that's a little too much.
Really?
Yeah.
I bet you if they released 1,000-page Pokemon omnibus or Beyblade, you'd be into it.
I mean, I get it, but I still would think it's too much.
You prefer smaller volume? Okay.
Like manga, they have the little tankobons.
Yeah. All right, so this is DC Finest, Batman, The Demon Lives Again. All the books I'm showing off today, by the way, I should have said this, are books that caught my eye, that I'm interested in personally, or that I feel like should be of note. I didn't put every book on here that's been talked about on social media that's been released to the catalog. If there's any books that I skipped, though, by all means, put that in the chat, and I'll go back to them. This one in particular, I wanted to point out because so far we've gotten a Golden Age volume of DC's Finest, Batman. And then also we've gotten 3 volumes of the Crisis on Infinite Earths, like pre-Crisis, where Red Skies kind of Crisis on Infinite Earths, and then
wait, doesn't Omnidog love Crisis on Infinite Earths?
Mm-hmm. And then 2 subsequent volumes of Batman DC Finest. So it seemed like they're going chronologically, just collecting all of Batman. But now they're kind of skipping around. So this is Bronze Age era. I think Bronze Age, right? Yeah, Bronze Age era. It also kind of double dips with the Neil Adams Bronze Age Omnibus Volume 1 and Neil Adams Absolute Edition. So we're kind of getting this story collected in 3 different formats this year, which is kind of cool. But yeah, that'll collect about 14 issues of Batman and about 19 issues of Detective Comics. Up next, we have the Sergeant Rock by Joe Kubert Deluxe Edition, with written by Robert Kanigher. But Joe Kubert is the illustrator. This is really cool. So it's 352 pages, and it's going to collect a lot of Joe Kubert's war comics, which are like classic, like comics that everyone should read, especially if you're into the war genre. Joe Kubert was just an amazing artist. He also started the Joe Kubert School, obviously,
have to read it?
if you're into war comics. But it's got a foreword by Andy Kubert and Brian Azzarello. This one is, I was blown away by this release. And I want to put it on people's radar because it's DC Universe by Keith Giffen. A lot of these like DC or Marvel Universe by creator centric books, people aren't into or give a bad rap to. But this one in particular, I think, is important. And I like these books, these creator centric books, just like the Barry Windsor Smith book I showed off. They do appeal to me. But this one in particular is Keith Giffen, who sadly passed away a couple years ago, I believe. 448 pages. But this will include a lot of different Keith Giffen issues. But most importantly, it'll include Ambush Bug 1 through 4 and The Heckler 1 through 6, restored in full color. So those are 2 miniseries that he did that will be collected in here, as well as some other issues. I'm a huge Keith Giffen fan. He's one of my favorite creators, both writing and drawing and doing layouts, the whole shebang. So I'm stoked for this one. Superman Silver Age Omnibus Volume 2. This is finally we're getting Volume 2. This is more Kurt Swan and Wayne Boring, which might be the worst name of an artist ever. Can you imagine being an artist and having your last name be Boring? Jerry Siegel wrote this with Robert Bernstein. 776 pages, and it will include Action Comics, 22 issues of Action Comics, and 25, is my math correct there? Yeah, 25 issues of Superman. So we're looking at a bunch of Superman stories from the Silver Age, which is my favorite era, my favorite earliest era of Superman. I'm not a big fan of Golden Age Superman, even though I am a fan of Golden Age comics. I feel like that's a little bit more boring, to reiterate that word, I guess. But the Silver Age is where you get a lot of his cool rogues gallery and kind of wacky Silver Age stories. DC Finest Horror, Where Dead Men Walk. This is the next edition of the horror line of DC Finest has some issues of House of Secrets, House of Mystery, The Phantom Stranger, The Witching Hour, and The Unexpected. DC Finest Green Lantern setting up shop. This will be Bronze Age era. I was going to say, I want to look because, no, this is like way later. I was wondering to see if this was, how much later this was to the Hard Traveling Heroes, but this is much later because that was issues like 70 through 100-ish. This is issues 200, but this is when it becomes the Green Lantern Corps. So you can see it includes issues of Green Lantern 201 to 205, but then by 206, it becomes Green Lantern Corps, and it goes to 219. So this is when Hal Jordan is gone, and a lot of these other new Green Lanterns pop up, as you can see on the cover there. JLA by Mark Waid, Omnibus. This
Justice League Adventures Academy.
The JLA.
Justice League Academy.
Sure.
Adventures.
Justice League of America.
Oh. Wait, there's more than just America.
Yeah, there's Justice League Europe.
Okay.
You know, you can find out if you read my Justice League International.
I'm okay.
You get it Justice League
okay.
But listen, Justice League International means like around the whole world, right?
I know.
Yeah, so it's Europe and America, and yeah. This is Mark Waid's run with Howard Porter, Brian Hitch, and Mark Pajarillo on art. 1,300 pages. Click over. No, go back. Stay there. Stay there. This is including all of Mark Waid's JLA run. I've only read the JLA 18 through 21 and 32 and 33 because that was in the Tower of Babel deluxe edition. But this will have a lot more stories, including Brave and the Bold and Flash Green Lantern, Brave and the Bold, JLA Year One. Yeah, so I'm a huge fan of Mark Waid. Anything he does that's superhero related, I am on board for. Is the chat blowing up?
I've just been reading.
Okay. DC Finest Legends Part 1. So I want to point this one out because there is a DC Legends omnibus coming out this year. So they're kind of double dipping here, which they would do a lot with these DC Finest. So it kind of gives different customers the different options if you want a paperback version or hardcover oversized version. This one is exciting though because click over one. This has Legends 1 through 3, which was a 6-issue event, I believe, and a bunch of the other issues. So this will be 2 volumes in total. Click back to the left, and 504 pages for this. This includes a little bit more than the omnibus will. Like I said, Dom of X breaks that down for you on those videos over at Near Mark Edition. And I think I'm going to get this format rather than the omnibus. The reason why I'm excited about this, because I never read this event before until last year's Suicide Squad omnibus came out. Suicide Squad by Ostrander. And that whole event was included in that book, and I loved it. So I want to read all these crossover issues as well.
What's the difference between DC Finest and omnibuses?
So the DC Finest is like the Marvel Epic collections. They're the paperback collections that collect everything in their standard size paperbacks. The omnibuses are oversized hardcovers. Is that okay? Up next is DC Finest Doom Patrol. The end sacrifices the means. So this is the Rachel Pollack run. I wanted to see if this collects anything different than the omnibus. 64 through 87, the annual, and Vertigo Jam #1. No, okay, so this includes the exact same contents as the omnibus did. I absolutely love this run. A huge fan of Morrison's run that predates this. That came out before Rachel Pollack's run. Absolutely love and adore Morrison's run. So reading this, I thought it was going to be a step down, perhaps, because I held Morrison's run so high. But this was actually blew me away with how good it was. I absolutely adored this run. It is interesting though, in DC Finest, we had the Silver Age all released, and now they're skipping all the way to the Rachel Pollack run. I thought they would have hit some other runs they haven't done before, but I'm sure they'll get to Morrison eventually. This is also the first Vertigo era comic released in the DC Finest format, I believe, because Vertigo started with this run. Batman: The Golden Age Omnibus Volume 4. This will be out November 3rd, a week before my birthday. This is exciting because I'm a huge fan of Dick Sprang. I think he's my favorite Batman artist, or one of my favorite Batman artists. And he started with the Golden Age Omnibus Volume 3, which just got reprinted. And now Volume 4 will be reprinted. It includes more Dick Sprang artwork. So exciting to pick up.
Not gonna like the chat. There's
What?
some things Josh says.
Oh, well, Josh, he has questionable opinions. DC Finest Batman Curse of Crime Alley. So this is another era. Let me see. Hold on. Oh, I don't have the contents on this one. No, here it is. Did I do it backwards? Scars fade, Denny out. Oh, okay, here it is. So the contents of this one will be 307 through 324. Hold on. And 482 and 490. What was the last Batman one? Nope, this one was okay. So now we're skipping all over the place because the last one that we talked about, I know I'm flipping through them real fast on the screen. The Demon Lives Again has Batman's 231 through 245, and now we're getting to 307 through 324. So they're skipping all around on Batman now, which will be interesting when they start to fill those gaps. They're kind of now with Batman skipping around so much, we're getting kind of in the territory of what the Marvel Epic Collections do when they skip around so much. Up next is DC Finance Superman, the Man of Steel. So this comes out on my birthday. 592 pages. And this will be collecting the John Byrne era of Superman, which is directly follows Crisis on Infinite Earths. It's the new era of Superman when John Byrne left the Fantastic Four in Marvel and came over to DC to do this run. It starts off with Man of Steel 1 through 6, and then it also collects Superman 1 through 6 and Superman 424 through 429, Action Comics, blah, blah, blah. This will have the restored artwork. So if you know, they're releasing an absolute edition of Man of Steel 1 through 6, and this will include all that restored artwork in this DC Finest version as well. Batman Gotham Adventures Omnibus Volume 1. So we had the Batman Adventures Omnibus, we had the New Adventures of Batman and Robin Omnibus, and now we're getting the third volume, which will be Batman Gotham Adventures Omnibus Volume 1. I'm not sure how many volumes there would be for this. I did not know they even went this far with the Adventures comics. But this includes issues 1 through 42. How far do they get? Someone let me know in the chat. But these are such fun comics. These are, to me, some of the best Batman comics that came out in the 90s and early aughts. And what?
Aughts.
Riley doesn't like to hear the word early aughts. This comes out on your birthday. Do you want this for your birthday?
No.
So this is Gotham Adventures Omnibus, and these are continuing like this fun, because they're like fun one and done stories, which you don't get a lot with Batman really ever anymore, because he's always included and tied up into events and whatnot. Hellraiser Omnibus Volume 1. So as I mentioned, Clive Barker, I haven't read any of his prose books, and I haven't read any of the comics. So this will be Hellraiser Volume 1, 528 pages. It includes Hellraiser 1 through 20, plus the Hellraiser Annual number 1. They did a Kickstarter for Clive Barker's. Oh, you're thinking Hellblazer. This is Hellraiser.
It sounds the exact same.
Pretty close. But yeah, so they did Kickstarter last year, which included, I think, all the Hellraiser stuff in 3 or 4 volumes. I'd like to read these, and also I want to read the Clive Barker. What was it called with Marvel that he did in the 90s? He had like it was a different universe that he did. Someone let me know in the chat. But I know it had included like Ecto Kid that was drawn by Steve Scrose and some other stuff. I wish that stuff would be collected. World's Finest Deluxe Edition to a 2026 edition, written by Dave Gibbons and drawn by Steve Rude. So this is not the World's Finest stuff that Mark Waid's been doing lately with Dan Mora. This is the 90s run by Gibbons and Rude, which includes 3 issues, 1 through 3, 176 pages. I want to point this out to people because Steve Rude is an incredible artist, which I don't think he gets enough credit. And Dave Gibbons is a good writer. He's a great artist. He helped most famous for drawing Watchmen, but also a great writer. And they worked on this together back in the 90s, and everyone should put this on the radar because it's a beautiful looking comic. Keep going. Legion of Superheroes by Mark Waid and Barry Kitson Omnibus. This comes out December 8th, 1184.
Oh my god.
What?
That's too much.
Too many pages?
That's a 1,100. I said 1,000 was too much.
So I'm a huge Legion of Superheroes fan. I'm excited we're getting more omnibuses. We have so many more that we can have. But this will include Legion of Superheroes 1 through 15 and a bunch of other miniseries. And then also 16 through 36. That's when it becomes Supergirl in Legion of Superheroes. So that 36 issue run plus a bunch of miniseries. Mark Waid kind of rebooted the Legion of Superheroes. I believe this is in the 90s. After what was it? Crisis. What was it? Zero Crisis, I believe it was. Right? Zero Crisis? I'm probably thinking that wrong. Up next is Robin, Tim Drake Compendium Volume 2. This will come out in December. 1,072 pages. Volume 1 came out a couple years ago. We're finally getting Volume 2, and this will actually collect more issues than we got in the 5 thick trade paperbacks that were previously released. I love this run. It's one of my favorite runs of the 90s that I read as a kid, and I love to reread it now. It has okay, so we've got Tom Grummett, Mike Werwingo, and Phil Jimenez as the artists, and mostly written by Chuck Dixon. But those thick trade paperbacks, I think, only went to issue 21. This will include all the way to issue 30, so hopefully we get more of this to complete the run. And then I think this is the last one. Last but not least, The Warlord by Mike Grell, Omnibus Volume 2. This will come out November 3rd, 720 pages. Is that a good amount? And then I'll include all the way to Warlord issue number 71. Bless you. Following the In Demand Omnibus Volume 1, this collects long out of print 37 through 71. And that's it. Which of those books are you guys most excited about? And what?
I like Paperback Dan.
Why?
Because
don't say that. He's gonna take that. He's gonna take that too far. He's gonna be like, oh, he likes your son likes me more than you.
We've already done this. Another one we need.
So what are you guys thinking about those books? Which ones are you most excited about? Which ones are you going to pre-order through Painbound Comics? I need to fix this because it drives me nuts. I don't know why StreamYard does that. All right, Razor. Oh, now I have to go back to it. I've only played D&D once. The only thing I remember was I named my character Legoland. Legoland. The DM went all out, and had dry ice to use as fog on the map, which was a fun time. That is cool.
I was reading this book, and one of the pages was them actually acting out what's happening in the story.
There's a lot of podcasts that do that now.
Finding that real fast.
Where people do a podcast of their campaigns and act it out and stuff.
But I think they were doing it as they were.
It's kind of what you're supposed to do, like get in character. Actually, fun fact, the Bang Chapter 1, I didn't know if I wanted her to fool the guards. I rolled a D20 and failed.
Here.
Oh! That's exciting.
This is the picture I was talking about.
Like a convention?
Yeah.
So Josh is a comic book writer and artist, and he said he... Oh, well, I'm just telling you now to reiterate. But he said he was writing a part of the story and he didn't know if his character wanted to fool the guards or not, and he rolled a D20 to decide.
And he failed.
Hardcover comes out the same time as the trades. James now knows her birthday. I guess I have to get rid of the 4 Swamp Thing absolutes with these omnis coming. Yeah, that's the thing too, is we don't know yet if they're going to do the Alan Moore run. The Alan Moore run with artwork by Toddleben and Bissett and Veach in the same format. I hope so, because it would be great to have Jose Villarrubia, of all people, restore the colors. But that remains to be seen. Jean Powell's. I assume it'll have the same finish as the outside mossy felt. That's what it looks like. And it's a flat spine, which is kind of cool. So it'd be very much like the absolutes.
Yes, I did Paperback Dan.
Oh, no. Volume 1, I'm buying 6. Volume 1 of which one? I forget.
What were you talking about at 104?
I don't know. Also a lot bigger than previous 5 Titans volumes. Oh, he's talking about the new Titans volume. Yeah, it is a lot bigger. The 5 previous Titans volumes were all like 600 to 700 pages. This one is 1,000 or something. Sergeant Rock. Who would have thought Omar would be releasing a zine before Taylor? Oh, jeez.
He is.
He's not. It's not Omar releasing it. He's writing for a zine. Taylor, I find the Golden Age boring, but the Silver Age with Superman, that is the case. Ambush Bug and Harley Quinn crossover today and Mad About DC. Oh, I didn't know Ambush Bug was in. That makes sense though. Chip Zdarsky would totally bring Ambush Bug back. I don't know. I can't say that. He is the guy that brought Steve Gerber's Howard the Duck back. I would love a large collection of nothing but Kubert's covers. That'd be cool. Paperback Dan, what are we talking about today? Comics. DC releases and mocking Taylor. Well, that's always the case, especially when the Hoosiers on the show. Josh is always correct, and I respect his opinion, aka the only mod here. I like one of those things. The last show I was in with Josh, they kept calling him the Great Josh. Now Taylor throwing shade. I can't. You're going too fast. Lots of ups and downs for you recently, Josh. Great house. I also cringe when I hear people say aughts, so I get it. Oh, that's why you like him. Boom, Kickstarters are 90% way too high. I mean, I trust Steve Bissett. Well, always. Someone let me know in the chat that I will ignore for 30 minutes and forget the topic. Oh, no, I go back to the chat. It's hard to go back and forth. All right, paperback Dan. Nobody calls the aughts until the aughts were over. Well, yeah, but I think it's the case with all decades. Like, we're not going to say we're in the 2020s right now until after the fact. Like,
we're in the 2020s right now.
Like when we were living in the 90s, we were like, yeah, we love the 90s. Like, it wasn't until after the fact. Steve the Dude Rude, new book on Baccarat. 1,000 pages is entirely too many. The kid is onto something. Well, Dan, that makes sense with you and your small hands. Warlord. Go back. Or go to the next one. So we're getting Tim Drake Robin Compendium and a Red Robin Compendium. Yes, a lot of Tim Drake love in the Compendium format. There should be 3 Warlord. Oh, so there'll be a 3rd volume. Okay.
This is why I said yes.
Did Riley say he liked me on Taylor's stream? Did I hear that right? Someone clipped it. Oh, no. See? Look what you did. According to Oldmar, the Swamp Thing OG colors for more is coming. So I wonder if that'll be in another 2-book slipcase edition, because they could fit that into 2 omnibus editions. So you have 2 slipcases that include the 2 best eras of Swamp Thing. That are really cool. I've never in my life said the word aughts. What do you call when you're referring to
the early the 2000s?
That includes the whole century. You can't say
no, and then the 2010s, and
like the early 2000s. The early aughts. What? No, Taylor. We definitely called the 90s the 90s during the 90s. Did we? I don't remember ever saying like, yeah, I'm loving the 90s. What'd you call the 90s? The 80s plus 10? I don't know. Like, do you refer to it as the year you're... I don't know. Whatever, guys. I don't know what you refer to it as. Let Riley cook. Oh. What are you going to say? What are you going to say?
Thank you.
All right. So I'm going to go through my last minute plugs. I think that's all for today. I've had enough of this guy's razzing. Although, don't worry. When the stream ends, he'll still be razzing me because it's all he does.
Hey.
But I love
this
you.
Guy's good, though. He's a good YouTuber.
Thank you. The 2000s. Riley is right. Well, on that note, let's finish the stream. I'm going to go through my last minute plugs, and then you guys drop in your last minute comments. After the plugs, I will go back to the chat with your last minute comments, and then we'll get out of here. Yes, shop over at paintedboncomics.com. Taylor Talks Comics is the promo code you want to use. It's all one word, Taylor Talks Comics. And you can save $2 off of your order. All of the books that we just went over in the solicits are up there for pre-order. If they're not, let me know, and I'll make sure they get up there for pre-order. And then we can you can pre-order them. Like I said, the pre-orders are cheaper prices than the day of sale prices. They like to encourage you to pre-order. So save $2 off your order plus bigger savings if you pre-order. Click on the next one.
There's one more comment.
I said I was going to get to it after my plugs. Can I do my plugs? Do you want to do my plugs for me?
3 more.
Order 4 or more books at paintedboncomics.com and you can use my promo code TTC. Ship it together. So this is a larger order if you're putting in 4 or more books and larger savings. You can save 5% off of your order there. That's 5 additional % off of what their already sale prices are. And make sure you smash the like button, subscribe, comment down below. Super chats are always welcome, super appreciated. Yes, so if you're watching this on replay, comment down below as well. I reply to all comments. And your last minute chats. Let's get to the 2000s can mean the entire millennium when we get to the 3000s. Exactly. Taylor was wrong. Not exactly. Do you call it 2010 to 2019 the tens? The teen? I don't know. What do you call it? I have $600 in Fantabucks. Whoa. What did you buy, Harvey? Why did you say this so early? You should have said it sooner when you could have posted your haul. Also, the Phony Hoosier, what DC book are you looking forward to? Thank you for asking. I don't like that name, though. The one I'm most looking forward to in that whole presentation, or most of them, I don't know. Let's see. The Swamp Thing one's pretty cool, but I already own that material mostly, so I don't know if that would be like... The Keith Giffen one's pretty cool, too. I'm going to go with... I'm going to go with Keith Giffen, DC Universe by Keith Giffen. With a little bit of the Legion of Superheroes by Mark Waid. I think those are the ones I'm most excited about. Bum, ba-dum, bum, bum. I also have $600 in Fantabucks. Man, what did you guys buy?
You said he says 50.
No, this guy says 600.
Oh.
Did we get any news today? Yeah, we talked all about the books that are coming out. Where have you been, Harvey? Many people are saying Taylor's finger is off the pulse of comics. Is that because I didn't talk about enough alternative and self-published stuff? I apologize. Maybe next week. There's my Discord. Everybody go join. Talk comics with us over there. And he has $50 in Fantabucks. Why did you guys say this sooner? I need to know what you guys ordered. Save it for next week. Next week, Wednesday, noon Eastern. That's when I always go live. Let me know what you guys bought with your Fantabucks. And then also we'll be here to talk more comics. This guy will be back in school, so he won't be with me. And Harvey Picard Razor, I was going to order more, but I realized that I wouldn't be able to spend them before the next Fantabuck sale. Whew, that's a lot. All right, everybody. Thank you so much. Thank you for joining me, Mr. Hoosier. Have a great one. Keep talking comics.
We're both Hoosiers.
Oh, did you hear that? I didn't even end the stream yet.